Hey everyone, today we will be going over 100 different nade spots on every league map for Pavlov Champions League. I'll put where the nade spot is and the difficulty level of it throughout the video. As always, I'll talk about Pavlov Champions League towards the end of the video, and if you want, you can skip the intro and go straight to the nade spots. There's timestamps in the description below. Now I'd like to start off by explaining for those who don't know what nades are or what they're used for, and I want to also explain how to throw them in Pavlov's Shack. So, nades are a common utility mostly used in search and destroy games and can be very good for killing people and getting intel. You can unpin the nade by taking the pin out, okay, then throw it, and then after 4 seconds it'll blow up. Or, if you take the nade after you pulled the pin out, and then press the trigger, the spoon will go away, and then after 4 seconds of the spoon going away, it'll blow up. So that's how you cook nades as well. Okay, now how to throw a nade: put it in your hand and grab it, then when you go to throw it, you let go. And that's as simple as that. So for our first nade on Overpass, you'll want to come to Heaven on B. You'll stand on the railing here. You want to line up the nade with the green corner, the moss, throw it a bit to the right of it, and make sure it's over, like that. It'll land into connector, and it'll kill the people who are pushing connector. If you throw it hard, it can go farther to ladder. You kind of have to get lucky. And if you throw it a bit more to the right, say like right there, not as weak though, it'll land straight on the ramp of connector, or stairs. So for our second nade on Overpass, we'll be going long A. You want to line up that metal bar with the orange building. As you can see, it's lined up. And then you want to kind of lightly throw it like that. Okay, now you can cook it a little, etc., etc. And there, that's how you can get some hits onto Party from long. For our third nade here on Overpass, you'll be coming right outside of bathrooms near A, and you're going to line it up with this vine and wall right about there. You'll throw it a tiny bit right to the vines, like so, and that'll get the entrance to A. It's a pretty simple nade, not too hard to do. That's how you do it. For our fourth nade, we will be coming to Heaven, once again, on B, and you're aiming for that red roof. You're aiming to bounce it off the wall and kind of get it down in a hole. So, kind of like that. And what that'll do is it'll land down and kill anyone pushing B or trying to rush it. Our fifth nade spot on Overpass will be coming to A, and you can do this from anywhere on objective. You want to be aiming for that light green tree. And you will lightly throw it over the wall, like so, and that'll kill anyone pushing it. So for our sixth nade spot on Overpass, you'll be coming to A. You want to line up the nade with that concrete corner. Now the whole goal is that you nade from A and you nade B. This will nade the people in front of sandbags, and you'll lightly throw it over. Very lightly, okay? If you throw it too hard, it'll go to monsters. And as you can hear, I got hits. For our seventh nade spot on Overpass, you'll be coming right outside a connector. This is good if, you're trying to attack the objective on T side. You'll line it up with this corner of the building and kind of like the pillar on the Overpass. And then you'll lightly throw it over, kind of like that. And what that'll do is it'll nade the people on barrels holding the objective. So for our eighth nade spot, you'll be in the same place again. You want to come right here. This will nade hell. You want to aim it with the wooden wall and then throw it over like so. So for our ninth nade on Overpass, you'll be coming back to long A, and this will nade the middle van on A. So not the one that you can see right there, but the middle one. Now you want to line up this nade with that stone pillar. Throw it kind of hard, but not too hard. It'll land on objective where the van is, and you can kill people or just get some hits. So for our 10th nade spot on Overpass, this one will be 4 T's. You want to walk up this slide. It should work on most Overpasses. And you'll line up the corner of that concrete wall and the iron fence. If you throw a nade up between there and a bit over it, then you can get a nade into the bathrooms. Now, you can cook it as well, and it'll be more effective. So, for the 11th nade on Overpass, you'll be coming right outside of bathrooms here, right before A main. You're going to take a nade and line it up with that dark line on the wall. Then you'll lightly throw it over, like that. Now, cooking it is better. So, say I cook it, I can do that, it'll go over, and it'll nade the people all on van. So for the 12th nade spot on this video, this is for you graffiti players. You'll come here to the back of B, where graffiti is. You'll face this wall, go to the second line right here, and then just throw it over like that. And what that'll do is it'll nade anyone pushing B main or sandbags. It's a pretty simple nade. And you can do the same with water. So you could throw it right here, and you'll get people on water as well. So for our 13th nade spot, this will get rid of anyone in graffiti, which is our last nade spot. And you want to come around here. You can be anywhere on water, since it's a pretty easy nade. And you're going to just throw it off the wall. Then it'll bounce and get anyone on graffiti. Now, cooking it for like 1 or 2 seconds is a lot better. It'll just land down and instantly blow up. So for our 14th nade spot and the last one on Overpass, you'll be coming right here outside of bathrooms. Now this is for when you know that they're going to be on B or they currently are on B. So you're going to stand right here with this pillar. Okay. You're going to line it up with the dark bit. You're going to throw it over. Now I do recommend practicing this, as sometimes you can hit the overpass or you can just throw it too light and never cook it. So for our 15th nade spot, we'll be going on to Mirage. And what you want to do is you want to come default, you want to line it up with that mid wooden beam, the middle one, then throw it over like so. And what that'll do is it'll nade the people going into top mid. So for our 16th nade spot, you'll be right outside B apartments near this ramp. And there's 2 ways to do this. Now the goal is to nade van, which is past apartments, and you throw it over the building like that. Now, another way to do it is you can get a lineup with the corner, like right here, or you can come close like this, then throw it in the corner like that, and it'll get to the right of van. So for the 17th nade spot and the 3rd one on Mirage, you'll be coming to B arches right here. And now you're going to line up in between the blue and the white. And this will nade top mid. So you can go over the red carpet as well. So for our 18th nade spot, you'll be pushing A main, and this is how to get rid of ticket, which is right there. Now when you're pushing, you can come here, cook it for a second, and then throw it off the white wall up there. And that's how you can get rid of ticket. Now obviously, when you're cooking the nade, you're not going to be standing out in the open. You'll be right here, you'll cook it, come around the corner, chuck it, then it'll bounce and then go into the little ticket area. So for our 19th nade spot, the 5th one on Mirage, you're going to come here in jungle. You'll hug this wall, and you'll kind of just walk forward and lightly throw it. If you throw it too hard, it'll bounce off the wall. And by lightly throwing it, you can get it right in the doorway to stop any rushes onto A. For the 20th nade spot, the 6th one on Mirage, you're going to come to the back of B right here and aim it to the left of that big tower right there. And so after you throw it, it'll kill anyone pushing B and trying to go for the nade on van. Now I got a hit, but you can obviously get kills as well. So for our 21st nade spot, you're going to come here on catwalk right outside of middle. You're going to take a nade and aim it to the right side of the palm tree. Now if you hit it at the palm tree, its hitbox will make it bounce off. So here's an example of it bouncing off, which is just weird, right? But if you throw it to the right of the palm tree, kind of like that, then it'll land and kill the people at the entrance of Palace, which is super useful for stopping pushes on A. So for the 22nd nade spot in this video, this is a... Okay. I'm tired. I'm too tired. My brain's fucked. So for the 22nd nade spot in this video, this will be a nade from top mid to ticket. Now what you want to do is you want to line up the nade between the red and white on the screen. Now if you line up the nade and throw it like so, it'll go and nade ticket, which is really good for any A pushes / rushes your team is doing. For our 23rd nade spot, you're going to be taking a nade and lining it up with that corner on the building. You'll see in a second. And so what you want to do is you want to throw the nade kind of right next to the corner, and it'll land right into jungle, killing anyone who's back there in jungle. This is really good for mid players, as you don't have to peek out, and you can pretty much throw the nade from right here. So, yeah. So for 24th nade spot, we'll be coming back here in jungle, okay? And now this is how you're going to nade firebox. As you can see, it goes over there waving his hand. Now you can either bounce it off the wall or just throw it above this wall very lightly. And it'll kind of land in the firebox area, nading anyone in it. So for our 25th nade spot, you'll come right outside of T-spawn. You'll walk up these wooden little ramps, okay? You're going to line up the nade to the left of that red house corner. So right about there should be good. And after you throw it, it'll land in jungle, killing anyone who's in jungle. So for the 26th and last nade spot on Mirage, you're going to be coming right here at the entrance of Palace, and your goal is to aim to the left of that tree. Now, if you throw a nade to the left of that tree, you'll kill/hit anyone on Catwalk, completely destroying any of the mid players that are there. For our 27th nade spot, you'll be coming right outside of CT on your way to B, and you're going to take a nade, and you're going to throw it over this orange wall. Now you want to throw it pretty hard so it gets into the middle of banana. And now what this will do is it'll stop pushes and rushes onto B. For the 28th nade spot, you'll be coming to CT spawn. This is for any of you T side people or CT side people who are rotating through CT spawn. And now you can throw a nade over that corner and it'll hit anyone who is on elbow. 29th nade on this list, this is mainly for if you're rotating to retake an objective or if you're flanking behind A, you can lightly throw a nade over this wall to kill anyone on top of the tall box on A. For the 30th nade of this video, you want to come here on Nuke, and this is how to nade B. Okay, so you're going to take your nade, line it up above the green box, and then throw it over this wall pretty lightly. That way you can get anyone who's on the objective. So for the 31st nade spot of this video, you're going to be coming behind this wood box here. You're going to lightly throw it above that tall wooden box in front of us, okay? And that'll nade the people pushing B. For the 32nd nade spot of the video, you're going to come here on upper ramp. And you're going to lightly throw a grenade over this wall. This will stop a lot of the A main pushing and help out your teammates whenever they're trying to push A main. For the 33rd nade spot of the video, you're going to climb up this ladder here on A main, and you're going to aim your nade in between those two bright white lines right there, okay? And by doing so, you'll be able to nade the people on elbow. For the 34th nade spot of this video, you'll be coming outside of CT into A, and you'll be throwing a nade right over this wall. Now this is really good to get early hits on pushes for A, and can be super effective because of the timings. For our 35th nade spot, you'll be coming right outside of T-spawn and aiming at the third white line, okay? And by throwing a nade over that third white line, you can nade the people exiting window into mid. For the 36th nade spot in this video and the last one on white sand, you're going to be standing right outside of Coward and Banana and aiming your nade over the second line right there that I'm shooting, okay? And when you throw your nade over that second line, what'll happen is it'll nade the CTs coming through their spawn. Now starting on Santorini, for the 37th nade spot of this video, you're going to come to balcony, cook the nade for 1 or 2 seconds, and then throw it on Banana. Now it can bounce off the wall to kill people, but genuinely you don't want it to bounce off the wall and kind of just go and seep down into it. For the 38th nade spot of this video, we'll be going back to the balcony, and you're going to be aiming the nade to the right of that far corner. And by throwing a nade to the right of that far corner, you can easily nade the people who are on objective. For the 39th nade spot in this video, you're going to be throwing it above this wood wall onto B stairs. And so how to do that is you can line it up with the red building and kind of throw it like that. And it'll bounce down and then kill anyone who is on B stairs. For the 40th nade spot in the video, it'll be pretty similar to the last one. You'll come to this wall and then line up with the edge of that white building up there. And by throwing a nade over like so, you can easily nade barrels. Now you can cook the nade as well, and it'll be more effective. For the 41st nade spot of the video, after the buy phase when you're running up these stairs, you can easily throw a nade over the building between those two white spots. And that'll kill anyone pushing boxes. The 42nd nade spot in the video, you're going to come up here to T-side window, and you want to cook the nade for about 1 second. Afterwards, you want to throw it over that corner of the building, and what that'll do is it'll nade the people at the corner of elbow. For the 43rd nade spot in the video, you come up here on B stairs, and you'll lightly throw a grenade into that window. What that'll do is it'll stop rushes, and if they do rush, you'll get plenty of hits onto the enemy. For the 44th nade spot in the video, you're going to be nading from boxes to balcony. So what you want to do is step behind these boxes with a gap in between them right here, back up, cook the grenade for about 1 second, and then lightly throw it over. and that should easily nade balcony. Now, if you get it really specific, you can even get the nade in the doorway. For the 45th nade spot in the video, you'll be nading from mid-stairs on B into the corner where Ego is, okay? So what you want to do is when you're running up, cook it about for 2 seconds, and then just chuck it into that corner. It should blow up instantly, killing anyone in that corner. 46th nade spot in the video, in the last one on Santorini, you're going to come under balcony and middle, then throw it off the right yellow wall, the bright one. What that'll do is it'll kill any of the players watching the mid-stairs. For the 47th nade spot in the video, we'll be starting on oil rig, and this one is mainly used when you are pushing B. You take a nade, bounce it off the wall right there, and it'll get anyone in that corner. For the 48th nade spot in the video, you're going to come right here, right outside of B main. You're going to line your nade up with that corner, and just throw it over, and that's how you're going to nade Z. For the 49th nade spot in the video, you're going to come here on A right next to these stairs, hug the wall, and then you're going to line up your nade with the black line. When you throw it above the black line, you want to throw it pretty hard. That way it can get all the way down A. Now this will kill the people pushing A long and give you intel. For the 50th nade spot in the video, you're going to come here right on B, hug the objective, and then just throw a nade right over to B main. Now it can bounce off the wall or just fall down. Either way, it'll kill and damage the people pushing B main. For the 51st nade spot in the video, you're going to come here to CT spawn. You're going to line up your nade with that little black part on the wall, and then just lightly throw it over like so. What this will do is it'll land straight on objective and anyone camping back there. For the 52nd nade spot, you're going to come right up these stairs on pop flash onto B. You're going to take a nade and you're going to bounce it off that dark cylinder right there. What that'll do is it'll nade the people on objective. The 53rd nade spot in the video, you're going to come here right outside of CT spawn towards mid. You're going to take a nade and throw it between the 2 white cylinders. And what this will do is it'll nade dark and anyone pushing mid. Now it's pretty good to cook it as well. For the 54th nade spot in the video, you're going to come down these stairs right next to B main. You're going to take a nade and then super lightly throw it over. And what that'll do is it'll kill the people right on top of B. Now, a good thing as well is to cook the nade before you throw it. That way your opponents don't have time to react. For the 55th nade spot in the video, you're going to be coming back here onto A long. You're going to line up your nade with that bottommost black strip. Then you're going to throw it really hard, okay? And what that'll do is it'll nade anybody who is on bridge or rotating from bridge. For the 56th nade spot on this video, if you come here on B and you see someone right outside of pop flash on those boxes, you can take a nade, cook it for a second or two, and then bounce it off the orange wall. And that will consistently kill anyone behind those boxes. For the 57th nade spot and the last one on oil rig, you want to come back here behind B main. You're going to take a nade and you're going to just chuck it straight, okay? And by doing that, you'll kill any of the people on box and or pop flash. For the 58th nade spot in the video, you're going to come on to cash. You're going to climb up to boost near middle. You're going to take a nade and you're going to chuck it off of this black wall. And what that'll do is it'll nade the people at the mid box trying to hold mid. For the 59th nade spot in the video, you're going to come here onto A behind this big gray box. You're going to be aiming the nade between the 4 windows right in the middle. Then you're going to lightly throw it over like that. Okay? And that'll kill or damage anyone pushing A main. It's pretty good to cook it as well, as you can get some good intel. For the 60th nade spot in the video, you're going to come here onto highway. This is for when you are holding mid. When you know someone is hugging the wall of that building and pushing up, you can take a nade and easily bounce it off the wall like that. Now it's better if you cook it, as they won't have time to react, and it'll get you an easy kill. For the 61st nade spot in the video, you're going to come here onto B. This is for when you are holding B from boxes. You're going to take your nade and then throw it over the box like that. And what that'll do is it'll nade the people. Now, you can also do this with checkers, and you could also throw it hard like that. For the 60-second nade spot, you're going to come here into middle. This is for you mid players on CT. You're going to take a nade, cook it for about a second, then throw it straight at boost. And that'll kill any of the people on boost or trying to push middle. For the 63rd nade spot in the video, you're going to be coming here onto highway. You are going to take your nade, and you're going to try to bounce it off of that metal fence back there. Okay, what that'll do is kill any of the people in boxes. This is really good for when you are retaking or pushing the site from middle. The 64th nade spot in the video, you're going to come here onto Squeaky right outside of A. You're going to take your nade and then cook it for about 1 to 3 seconds, then throw it straight over the boxes like that. It'll land down and kill anyone who's hiding in forklift. For the 65th nade spot, you're going to come here onto Checkers right outside of B. You're going to take a nade and then cook it for about 1 or 2 seconds and then bounce it off of that back wall there. And what that'll do is it'll kill anyone trying to hide near boxes. The 66th nade spot in the video, you're going to come up here onto Heaven right outside of B. You can stay right here on the ramp. You're going to take a nade and throw it off that back wall. It'll bounce and then kill anyone who is in that corner. For the 67th nade spot of the video, you're going to come here onto Truck. I know it's not a truck on this map, but it is on all the other cache maps. You are going to be nading the headshot box that Winter is on. So what you want to do is you want to step behind Truck here, take a nade, and then throw it off like that. And what it'll do is it'll bounce off the white container and then kill anyone on that headshot box. For the 68th nade spot, you'll be coming here onto A main. This is for when you are CTing trying to stop a B rush. You're going to be taking a nade, you're going to be cooking it for about 1 to 2 seconds, and then bouncing it off of the sunroom wall. Now, you can also, instead of bouncing it, just roll it as well, but it's more effective if you bounce it after cooking. For the 69th nade spot, in the last one on cache, you'll be taking a nade here onto Highway. As you can see, Winner's over there. You're going to cook the nade for about 1 or 2 seconds and then just throw it at boost. And what this will do is it'll nade the people who are boost and effectively also give you intel in case you don't kill them. For the 70th nade spot, you're going to come right outside of Heaven up on these B stairs. You're going to be lining up your nade with the corner of that vent right there. And you're going to try to chuck it as hard as you can. And what that'll do is it'll kill and damage the people pushing A main. For the 71st nade spot, you're going to be coming into a tunnel where the van is outside of A. You're going to be lining up the nade with that light right there on the wall. Afterwards, you'll bounce off the nade and it'll kill / damage the people who are pushing A main. For the 72nd nade spot, you're going to come here right outside of Wood and you're going to be lining up your nade with the middle bar to the right. And if you throw a nade over like this, kind of lightly, it will land on van, killing anyone who is watching from van. For the 73rd nade spot, you will be going to mid. This is for CT. You'll be going behind this cart right here, and just throwing a nade right over into stone, like that. And that will kill / damage anyone pushing up mid or going across to B. For the 74th nade spot, you're going to be coming here onto B long. You're going to climb up the rock right here. You're going to be aiming for the corner of that building. Now, it's fine if you don't get it specifically, but what the nade will do is it'll drop down into the alley and kill / damage anyone who's over there. For the 75th nade spot, you're going to be coming up here onto B heaven, and you're just simply going to be aiming for that sign that says B on it. And if you throw a nade over like so, it will land down into B main, killing or damaging anyone who is pushing there. For the 76 nade spot, you're going to be coming up here onto elbow, right outside of A. You're going to be lining up the nade with the corner of the wooden box. Then you're going to lightly throw over like so. And what that'll do is it'll nade and damage the people on the objective. For the 77th nade spot, you're going to be coming here right at the bottom of B stairs. You're going to be lining up the nade with the 5 dots on that vent, like so. And then you will lightly throw over the nade. Now, what that'll do is it'll nade the people who are at the middle box, letting you take mid control early in the round. For the 78th nade spot, you're going to be lining up the nade at B main with that green sign back there. And so if you throw a nade over the van like so and line it up with the green sign, it'll bounce off the wall, killing the people behind the boxes on objective. For the 79th nade spot, you're going to come here right at the bottom of wood stairs, and while running into it, you're going to cook the nade for about 1 or 2 seconds and bounce off the green wall. Now what this will do is it'll kill the people camping in the corner right inside of wood. For the 80th nade spot, you're going to come here into alley at this back box. You're going to be lining up the nade with that gutter pipe, and you're going to throw it over the building as hard as you can. And so what this will do is it'll land down into B long, killing or damaging anyone in it. For the 81st nade spot, you're going to be coming here onto Catwalk. You're going to be lining your nade up above that yellow light right in front of me, okay? If there isn't the yellow light there, then you can aim it above the corner of that window. So if you lightly throw a nade over that light, like so, it'll land down and either damage the people on objective or the people at that way back box near harbor. For the 82nd nade spot, you'll be coming to the back of Cat right here outside of CT. You're going to be aiming the nade to the left of the tower above the palm tree. So if you throw a nade like so, it'll go down and kill/damage the people who are palace entrance. For the 83rd nade spot, you want to come here into T middle. Now you can stand pretty much anywhere. Just aim your nade to the right of that tower. And if you throw a nade over like so, what it'll do is it'll land down into objective, killing and damaging anyone who is on B. For the 84th nade spot, you want to be outside of tunnels here. You're going to be lining up the nade with the line on the wall and the crack in the stone up there. And so if you throw a nade over like so, it'll land down and kill the people in the concrete barriers. Okay. For the 85th nade spot, you're going to be back here on the concrete barriers. You're going to be lining up your nade with that big rectangle wall right there. It is not hard to miss, okay? So you want to take a nade, cook it for maybe 1 or 2 seconds, and then just bounce it off the wall like so. That'll land into B main, killing and damaging anyone pushing it. So for the 86th nade spot, you'll be coming here onto Red Road, right outside of A ramp. You're going to throw a nade over this wooden beam towards that palisade right there. And so what it will do is it'll bounce off the palisade and land into the hole, killing and injuring anyone who is in the back part of Palace. For the 87th nade spot, you'll be coming back outside of tunnels once again, and you're going to be throwing the nade and trying to bounce it off of that back tower over there. And so if you throw a nade and bounce it off the tower back there like so, it'll land down and kill anyone who's pushing B main. For the 88th nade spot, you're going to be coming here right outside of A ramp on Red Road, and you are going to be just lining up your nade with these metal bindings right there on the planks. And so if you throw a nade over like so, you can cook it for a second. You can nade anyone who's on Catwalk behind those concrete barriers. For the 89th nade spot, you're going to be coming here into middle. You're going to be aiming the nade between the crack and those tiles right there. And so if you lightly throw a nade over like so, it'll go down, land, and kill anyone who's right on top of the objective. So for the 90th nade spot, you're going to be coming outside of A long doors here near T side. You're going to be lining up the nade kind of with this corner here. You're going to cook it for about a second and then throw it over like so. You kind of want to be light on it though. That way it can land into pit, killing and damaging anyone who is in pit. For the 91st nade spot, you're going to be coming up the stairs onto A long. You're going to take a nade and cook it for about 1 or 2 seconds and then lightly throw it over that pillar. And so what that'll do is it'll nade and or damage the people pushing A long doors. So for the 91st nade spot, you're going to be coming here onto the objective on A. You're going to take a nade and cook it for about 2 seconds. Afterwards, you're going to throw it and bounce it off the wall there. And that will easily nade anybody trying to push Cat at the time.
For the 93rd nade spot, you're going to come here right outside of T-spawn, and while you're climbing the stone wall on your way to B, you're going to throw a nade over that corner right there. And so what that'll do is it'll nade/damage anyone who's behind mid boxes. For the 94th nade spot, you're going to come here behind the mid doors right outside of CT spawn. You're going to throw a nade over the doors like so. It'll land down and kill/damage anyone who's on Catwalk. For the 95th nade spot, you're going to come here at lower mid. You're going to be aiming your nade at the window, and when you go to throw it, cook it for about a second. Now what this will do is it'll nade anyone behind the Catwalk stairs. For the 96th nade spot, you're going to come here onto box right outside of B. You're going to take a nade and then lightly throw it over the wall like so. Cooking it for 1 or 2 seconds really helps as well, as this can easily nade the people hiding in the whole area. For the 97th nade spot, you'll be here onto long as a CT. You're going to take a nade and you're going to just run around this corner and quickly chuck it at the doorway. Okay, now if you cook it for a second or two, this can easily nade the people pushing A long.
For the 98th nade spot, you're going to be coming here onto catwalk stairs. You're going to be aiming your nade for that palm tree right there. And so if you take the nade and lightly throw it over like so, you can easily nade the people who are on palm tree. For the 99th nade spot, you want to come back here onto box. You're going to take a nade and then lightly throw it over that pillar corner like so. It'll land down and damage/kill anybody pushing B main. For the 100th and final nade spot, you're going to be coming here up onto hole. You are going to be taking a nade and then throwing it into the tunnel like so. And what this will do is it'll stop and or slow down B main pushes.
Special thanks to Ego and Winterwolf for participating in this video and helping with the nade spots.